talking about Ignatia Amara. Ignatia Amara is a remarkable homeopathic medicine with a rich history of use. Whether you are new to homeopathy or looking for an alternate approach to emotional and physical well being, so this video will provide insight into the potential benefits and applications of Ignatia medicine. So join us as we uncover the soothing and healing powers of homeopathic medicine, Ignatia Amara. So watch this video till end for more knowledge and stay connected with us for more informative videos like this. Now, let's understand Ignatia Amara and its Amara. So Ignatia Amara is commonly known as by the name Saint Ignatius. It is a plant that belongs to the family Loginiaceae. The seed of the plant are used to extract the homeopathic medicine. This plant is the native of East Indies and China and the Philippine Islands. It is one of the best natural antidepressant and has no side effects. As a remedy, it is primarily used for emotional disturbances, depression, effects of grief, and mental shock, as from loss of near and dear ones. Now, next, we'll talk about the constitution of Ignatia. So it is frequently required by and is especially suited to sensitive, delicate women and children. It may not work for aggressive people, but it can cure gentle, sensitive, fine fiber, refined, overbrought, overbrought women and their nervous complaints. It is suited to those with a sensitive, excitable, nervous temperament, especially women with an easily excited nature but a mild disposition. They are quick to perceive things and execute commands rapidly. They are often idealistic and overworked and may appear as a nervous, apprehensive, alert, rigid, trembling patient who suffers acutely in mind or body. Physically, they usually have dark hair and skin. Now, next, we'll talk about the scope of Ignatia Amara as a homeopathic medicine. Now, we will discuss the various uses of Ignatia Amara. So, first and the foremost uses for conditions of the mind. So, let's talk about it. So, Ignatia Amara as a homeopathic medicine carries a wide scope to treat many complaints related to the mind. It works very well to treat depression and runs no risk of causing dependency. The chief action of this medicine revolves around mental symptoms and loss. It works well in cases of depression along with the sadness which is caused by recent events. The person needing this medicine shows a desire for loneliness and may have weeping spells, often called as a natural Prozac. Its effectiveness in treating depression associated with suppressed grief has been proven through clinical practice. The medicine is known to help remove subconscious imprints of grief from the mind. Its use for the treatment is indicated in the cases of clinical depression with where grief is more apparent than rage. So first disorder we have is behavior changes due to depression. So these are also common. The person may not feel like going out, be unable to complete the work and handle responsibilities, withdraw from the friends and family, rely on sedatives or alcohol, and lack the motivation to pursue pleasurable activities. And apart from depression, it is also helpful in cases of anxieties, OCD, that is obsessive compulsive disorder, bipolar disorder, premenstrual syndrome, and postpartum depression. Stress, worries, and frustrations of daily routine can be easily dealt with this medicine. It offers help to people who are easily disturbed by little things occurring in a day to day lives. Such a state is noted in highly sensitive and emotional people, where it helps provide mental stability and stamina to cope with stress. The effects of emotional shocks, grief from the loss of loved one, disappointed love, disappointments in life, sorrow, fright is treated wonderfully with this medicine. So Ignitia also works well in cases of mood swings. If the person has a sudden change of mood from sorrow to happiness, from weeping to laughing. And in addition to all these symptoms, excessive mental and physical frustration is also present. The memory also tend to become weak along with a marked forgetfulness. Now, for the female ailments. So, Ignitia help in correcting the menstrual irregularities that arise primarily from grief. Here, this remedy treats both suppressed periods or excessive menstrual bleeding resulting from grief. It also helps in treating PMS, that is premenstrual syndrome, very effectively. The symptoms like irritability, mood swings of PMS are well managed with this homeopathic medicine. It also successfully treats cases of postpartum depression, and another indication is leukorrhea, that is vaginal discharges, that is corrosive and purulent in nature. Wearing down pain may also be present with the leukorrhea. Dyspareunia. Dyspareunia means painful intercourses or a sore pain in the vagina during intercourse is also well treated with ignitia. Another indication for female is miscarriage that arises from grief or fright. So ignitia is a very wonderful medicine of the sepia for women's. Now next uses in sleep issues. So ignitia remains highly beneficial for sleeplessness that arise from depression, grief, worries, care, sadness, and anxious thoughts. It also works well when the sleep is very tight, not sound, or when it is restless. The person tosses and frequently changes position in bed, and another feature is disturbed sleep from frequent dreams. Its use is also made in cases of sleepwalking, that is, somnambulism. It is also considered in children who wake up from sleep crying and trembling. Disturbed sleep by nightmares is another characteristic symptom. Next use of ignitia is for headaches. So, headaches in persons of highly nervous and sensitive temperaments and arising from grief, anxiety, mental blocks are well treated with ignitia. Headaches following anger also call for the use of this medicine. The headache is congestive, pressing, or tearing in nature. A peculiar sensation of the nails sticking into the side of the head and the temple region is also present. And apart from all these symptoms, it is also useful for headaches that arise from abuse of smoking, inhaling, or smelling tobacco, alcohol, and coffee. So, periodical headaches also point towards its use. A person needing this medicine may feel that the headache get better by warmth, rest, and while eating. Next use of ignitia is for cough. So, a cough that is dry, hacking, and spasmodic in nature is indicative the use of this medicine. The cough is constant, and there is a severe irritation in the larynx and trachea. There is a sensation of dust in the throat. The peculiar symptom is that more a person cough, the desire to cough and irritation in the airways increase accordingly. This cough may also be intense and violent and can make a person sweat excessively and feel exhausted. Next use of ignitia is for throat related complaints. So the key feature where it helps is the sensation of a lump in the throat that a person is unable to swallow. Globus hystericus. Another complaint is a sore throat with sharp pain. The pain may extend to the ear. Eating solid stuff relieves throat pain. A constrictive sensation in the middle of the throat is a chief accompanied symptom. So, ignitia is also thought of in cases of tonsillitis, white spot on the tonsils, ulcers on the tonsils, as well as follicular tonsillitis. The next use of ignitia is in nervous system. So, the complaints of nervous system include twitches, spasms, tremors, and convulsions. Trembling and jerking in the limbs is also present. Twitching of the muscles of the face, lip, eyelid is prominent. Convulsions from grief or fright in adults and in children during dentition are well treated. The chief feature noted during these convulsions include a cold and pale body, a fixed, staring look, stiffness, backward bending, clenched thumb, and distorted facial muscles. Next, use of Ignatia Amara in GIT, that is gastrointestinal complaints. So it is a very highly beneficial homeopathic medicine to treat gastric ailment which are caused by worries, grief, and depression. So cases of irritable bowel syndrome that are linked with depression and grief recovers wonderfully with Ignatia Amara. The chief features are cramp in abdomen and empty sensation in the abdomen and flatulent colic. It helps regulate bowel movement. Next use of Ignatia Amara is in colic. So Ignatia is also used for treating colic that get worse when the consumption of coffee or sweets. The abdomen get distended, causing difficulty in breathing. The person may feel as if the abdomen would burst. Nausea, vomiting of bile, mucus, and constipation is usually present. They appear a constant, ineffectual urge to pass stool, and the anus tends to constrict. There is a constriction of the anus after passing stool arises. And the next use of Ignatia mara is in diarrhea. So, Ignatia is used to treat certain cases of diarrhea with the specific symptoms like diarrhea that develops as a result of emotional stress like grief. In some cases, painless diarrhea may be present. Now, next use of Ignatia Last but not the least, that is in piles. So ignitia is used to treat piles, especially in cases where the rectum prolapses from moderate straining at stool. Piles with a sharp pain during a cough is another peculiar symptom. Prolapsed pile after every stool, along with an itching and stitching pain in the rectum, are also well treated with this remedy. Pain in the rectum is seen to worsen by standing and walking and relief from sitting. So these are the various conditions where Ignatia Amara is successfully used. Now, I would like to give you a short review of the clinical conditions where Ignatia Amara can be used. So, a very short review. So, in the clinical conditions where Ignatia Amara can be successfully used are in depression, grief, sadness, beeping spells, fright effect, mood swings, worries, stress, mental shock, mood swings, insomnia, headache, cough, premenstrual syndrome, postpartum depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, tonsillitis, globus hystericus means a sensation of having a lump in the throat, twitches, tremors, amenorrhea, convulsions, piles, and worms. So these are the various clinical indications for using Ignatia Amara. Now next we'll talk about the doses. So Ignatia Amara can be used in 30C potency frequently, but while using high potencies from 200 Ch to 1 m, frequent repetition should be avoided.